Hey everyone, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel, and if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I am not a full-time content creator and I just have to get it in when I can, so you will know whenever I do upload a new video. Well, we're going to have a reality chat, and this is going to be about Marlo Hampton and the Real Housewives franchise overall, and maybe a little bit specifically about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, Marlo, she was recently interviewed on the blog The Jasmine Brand, and she was asked about her friendship with Nene Leakes and also whether she's ready to be a peach holder and if she deserves to be a peach holder at this time. And as you all know, being a peach holder means that you are an actual cast member and you're not just a friend of the show or a friend of the show or a friend of one of the castmates. And it's funny because when you hear a friend of the show, it used to be this person is a friend of this actual housewife. But as you all may have seen over time on some of the different franchises, and we'll just be more specific about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, somebody may come on the show as a friend of a specific housewife, and then they just tend to either fall out with that person that they were supposedly, I should say, friends with, or they just kind of click more with other housewives on that franchise, and then they kind of switch the title, and you know, they may go from being friend of this person to being friend of the other person. And being more specific, we've seen that with Tanya Sams, I'll say, is how she pronounces her name. She came on the Real Housewives of Atlanta actually being a friend of Nene Leakes, and at the time Nene Leakes had her boutique, and Nene said, she's one of my good friends and she always comes to the boutique and she shops and, you know, we have a good time. And then later on in the season, Nene started acting funny because Tanya Sam said something that Nene didn't specifically like, because she felt like Tanya Sam was tearing down or speaking negatively about the stuff that Nene sold in her boutique at the time, which is now out of business, but that's neither here nor there. And then she became the title they would have for her is friend of Portia, or you know, whatever. So that's what I mean. So now they're not really a friend of an actual person, they're a friend of the show. So Marlo, she was interviewed on the Jasmine Brand, and they asked her, you know, questions about her holding a peach. And she said, I'm at a point now, I care for the Hamptons, her fans. And the Hamptons want to see more of me. The Hamptons deserve to see more of me and really not to have to make up the story. But I care now for my fans, you know, because the Hamptons made me who I am today. So I do feel that they deserve to really come into my life because people painted this picture who they wanted me to be and wanted the world to see me as. And it's like, it's nothing like that. I'm totally different. And you know something? I can get where she's going with that because they do make her all about the fashion. And then in the beginning when she came on the show, it wasn't really they were just making her about the fashion. They were really questioning who is she and how does she get the stuff that she gets? Where does she get her money? How does she make it in life? What is her job? What does she do for money? You know, those are the types of questions. But if you all remember, when she came on the show not really being a friend of anybody. She actually came on the show as the girlfriend of this guy that they were trying to link with Nene. At the time, Nene was not married. I believe she was already divorced from Greg. This was before they got back together and got remarried. And Phaedra, she was trying to say that Nene had a thing with this guy that Marlo was dating. So in some way, shape, or form, they were trying to stir up some drama. And I won't specifically say that it was Phaedra or any of the other ladies were really trying to stir up the drama. But at the time, Phaedra and Candy were really good friends on the show. And they were also peach holders. So somehow, some way, producers, writers, whoever is in the background on the show, maybe at the time it was even Carlos King, I don't know, they were trying to stir up some mess and some drama, but it did not work because they thought that Nene and Marlo were going to go at it, and it didn't happen. Marlo wound up not being with the guy anymore. He was a football player. I don't remember what his name is. And Nene and Marlo, they became, cool, and they started hanging out, and then they had the trip to Africa on that season, and Nene invited Marlo to go on the trip. So they clicked and they became cool. So now, some questions are coming up about whether Nene and Marlo are still friends. Here's the thing, and I really want to know what you guys think in the comment section about this friendship thing. I'm not saying that Nene and Marlo were never really friends. I'm not saying that. But as we've seen on these shows, not just the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but if you watch any of the other franchises, it could be just a woman thing, but it's definitely on these Real Housewives franchises. These ladies fall in and out of love with each other. They fall into the friendship connections and then they fall out of them. It happens. But at the end of it all of them are really there for their platform and for their money. It's not about the friendships when it comes down to it, because all of them really are about business, and that's why the majority of them are on the show. Even one of the reasons why Tanya Sam decided to cut out, because the rumors about the stripper gate and what allegedly happened or may have happened and all of that stuff that was going on, those rumors that are swirling and circulating, she stopped filming after that because she wasn't really making any money being a friend of the show. And that was revealed recently when it came out that LaToya she was getting $1,000 an episode being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which really is no money, especially for somebody like her who has the platform that she's built being a YouTuber, and she's one of those YouTubers that makes a lot of money. So it really was just about more exposure and getting that connection with being a Real Housewives friend and maybe possibly becoming a peach holder, because she seems to be the type that's running after and chasing after fame, and it's just what it is. That's just what it is. So with this friendship thing and this question about, well, Marlo isn't really Nene's friend, and I've heard other people talking about it on some other channels, and it's like, who really cares if they're really friends or not? But isn't this really about business when it comes to it all? Kandi and Phaedra, they came on the show, they didn't really know each other that well, and then they became close, and then they were apparently friends, and then they fell out. It happens. So all of the stuff about Marlo is a fake friend and all of this other stuff, trust me, if the shoe was on the other foot and Nene had to make a choice between Marlo and her check, she definitely would have chosen her check over Marlo, period. And if you're going to be on this show and be a friend of the show, you have to be friendly with the people who are on there. So the people who are calling into question whether Marlo is real because now she's hanging out with Kenya and she's supposedly friends with Kenya, and people that Nene fell out with or wasn't really cool with, she can't survive being on the show just being a nasty, hateful, mean, I don't like you, bitch, that type of attitude, being on the show and not being friendly with the other ladies, because she would not be able to continue being on there because nobody would want to film with her. Hence what happened to Nene. If we're wanting to be quite honest about it, she kind of drove herself out of there because she was putting herself up here and saying, I don't want to be around this one, I don't want to be around that one, I don't want to film with this person, I can't stand this one needs to be off the show, they need to let this one go, this one needs to be fired, they need to bring back the old girls, but years ago she thought they shouldn't be on the show. So it's just like, you have to be cool and friendly for the most part. Yeah, there has to be some tension and some drama, we get that, but she has to be friendly with some of these people that are on here. It just really wouldn't make any sense for them to keep her on as a friend of the show if she's not friendly with the people who are on there. So I can't go with that narrative about Marlo as a fake friend. It's all about business for all of them. It's all about business. So when it comes to her being a peach holder, we've heard over the years that they said Marlo would never hold a peach. And there have been some rumors as to why. Some people have said the reason she'll never be a peach holder is because she said the F word, and Andy Cohen is the gatekeeper when it comes to the Bravo channel and that Real Housewives franchise. That's like his baby. So because of that, she will never be a peach holder. But then if that's the case, well, why would they allow her to continue to be on the show? That doesn't make sense to me. And then other people say, oh, well, it's all of her issues in her past with her criminal history and all of the many mugshots that she has. Listen, with all of these scandals coming out about all of these different housewives and the crimes and the fraud and all of these different schemes and things that have been going on, you had the Beverly Hills people with Mauricio, who is the husband of Kyle Richards. You have Erica Girardi and her husband. You've had freaking Teresa and Joe Giudice from many years ago with all of that stuff, and she's still on the show to this day. And then, as of the most recent, you have Jen Shaw from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So all of these people with these mugshots and all of these different things, why would they not give Marlo something? I think it would be cool if they brought her on as a peach holder and maybe got rid of some of these other people. Like, nothing against Cynthia, but I feel like her day is done when it comes to the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. I believe it's over. I don't know. Maybe they'll give her a little spinoff, a few, 4 or 5 episode spinoff of something regarding her new married life and how they're maybe going to transition to California. I don't know. And Candy, again, cool. Nothing against her. Not hating on her at all. But for the most part, for these past several seasons, it's just been a free advertisement for her for all of the other businesses that she and Todd are creating and investing and growing and, and all of that different stuff. I just feel like it's kind of time to remove her from the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a peach holder. Maybe let her be a friend of the show. It's already been talked that she already has another show. It's a spinoff that'll be based off of her family, mainly her mom and the drama that she brings, and about the restaurant, something similar to Vanderpump Rules, where that was surrounding Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant and her staff. So I think it's time that maybe they go ahead and give her a peach and show some of her personal life. Again, before the questions were there. You didn't really know what was going on. There were rumors about her dating older men, and that's how she got her money. But right now, I believe she said she has either temporary or permanent custody of her sister's children. So she's raising them. And they've had housewives on before who were either divorced, separated, spouse passed away. They don't always have to be in a marriage, or dating someone. We've seen that. So I don't think it would be any different if they did it for Marlo. And then maybe let her be the older sister type or auntie, like they've been calling some of the housewives on this current season. And then, just let her have a peach and bring in some other newer people. I know a lot of people have had a lot of things to say about Drew Sidora, but I think I like her on the show. Yes, her fashions are hideous. I don't know who's choosing these outfits for her, but I like her personality, and I think she fits well on the show, period. So I really want to know what you guys think about it in the comment section. Let me know, do you feel that at this point Marlo should be able to be a peach holder, especially with all of the other housewives criminal scandals that have been going on past, present, and maybe future? And also, what about these alleged friendships when it comes to these housewives? Do you feel that any of them are ever really genuine friends and it's friendship over finances, or is it the way the ball bounces in its business and it's like, look, people come and go, but I got to get this bag. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I appreciate you liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next episode, I'm just being beautifully honest.